Good morning, guys. Late flight last night, and it is the morning headed to Virginia International Raceway, one of my favorite tracks, home of Hyperfest, and today, the location where we'll be testing our brand new RTR Mustangs before the Formula Drift season. Now, I ended last year probably the most comfortable that I've ever felt in the car. It definitely had a steep learning curve for myself, and I think a combination of Irwindale's lack of big decel transitions and me just figuring out some of the nuances with the car, I was able to take what I knew was a very competitive car and actually be competitive. Our Mustangs have always been super fast, but they've always been challenging to drive too. And this year we've had some major changes that I hope I get to share with you guys because they're super interesting. They should have a monumental impact on how easy the cars are to drive. Regardless, I'm just stoked to let this thing rip for the first time of the year. What's up, stranger?
What up, friend?
How you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. Happy to have you here.
I'm stoked that you're here at our testing day.
Yeah.
Now,
I got to be here to support my boys.
I don't want to say I have bad news. I was really hoping I could show you guys my new livery today, but there's an embargo on the livery stuff, but I pushed his buttons to at least be able to share today with you from the inside of the car.
Yeah, we've been working super hard building new cars, and we're not going to debut them till April 2nd. So you guys got to wait till then, but Adam will get you some fun in-car and obviously show you the fun he's having. We've got a lot of changes to the cars, a lot of new things that I think you're going to be very excited about. And we've also got a brand new S650 Mustang that you can have some fun in. So
pretty huge. Technically, there's an embargo on driving impressions. So when I drive it, I can't tell you guys what I think about it, but I can still drive it, and maybe you'll be able to tell by emotions. Will that get me in trouble?
No.
Can I smile?
You're not going to get in trouble, but new cars are always embargoed until media gets the experience, so no one gets it first. So you can drive it, you can share that you love the electric handbrake or you like the new power, but you can't give the detailed driving impressions. We'll have to save that for another time.
Could I technically make like a whole like first due to the S650 on the racetrack, make all the impressions and post it when the embargo's lifted?
I don't know the answer to that. We can find out.
Because then I could be like one of those car
when
reviewers.
The embargo's lifted, totally. Yeah, you could do your whole review today if you want.
That'd be pretty
you just
smart.
Have to hold it.
I might get the viral video out of that.
Dude, viral!
Imagine.
Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do?
It is a really cool car.
So yeah, this is this is the Vapor Blue.
Is this the color that has like pearl in it?
This is not. That's the one. The Dark Horse comes with that. So it's similar, but the Dark Horse's blue is very different. But it's performance pack. It's got the big brakes. Got the Recaro 6-speed. You know, and this motor, Chelsea drove it yesterday, and he was just like in love with the changes and the power they made. So
no, you can't say driving impressions.
That's not an impression. That's just a broad stroke. He's in love with the power.
What was the biggest change that they made on these V8s?
Well, obviously, obviously the body. Bless you, Adam.
They're DI now, right?
Well, they've been DI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, since 2018, they're direct injection. But the big change is the twin throttle bodies.
Got it.
So they've got 485 horsepower they've been able to get out of all of the 5 liters, and then the Dark Horse gets, I think, 500. So
that's cool.
But yeah, it's sick, and you're going to be pumped. There's a lot of changes to the way the car feels. They did a lot of work, and yeah, I'm excited for you to feel it.
It's been a while since we've seen each other, but it's good to see you here. Welcome to the team.
Good to be back. Thank you very much, man.
It was
exciting times.
It was so cool getting to see you wheel these things. I want to hear the, I would say unfiltered, but I guess your opinion's unfiltered anyway. What do you think of the cars?
It's cool. It's very, very different. Like nothing I've ever driven before. So it's been a bit of a challenge. Obviously, I've had only half a day so far testing your last year's car, and I am a bit taller than you.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of squeezed into the car, but really cool. Like the engines are crazy. The whole setup is just like nothing I've ever driven before. So it was like going back to school for me. But I can't wait to get more seat time in the cars. RTR after building me a ride-and drive Mustang, so that's going to be really interesting, and I should be able to fit in the car a lot easier, and just a lot to learn, but super excited, man.
Coming into this, we were talking about, like, I came from never having driven like a N8 power plant, you always having the turbo for torque.
Yeah.
Was that something that was true for you too?
It's totally different. Like, I'm used to like dancing on the pedals and just rolling with the power of a turbocharged setup, but this, like, you're almost in certain situations you're holding back, and it's so instant. It feels weird to get used to, but once you start getting more laps in the car, you realize that you can actually keep this thing pinned, and it gets to a certain point and high RPM that it kind of just goes flat, and that's where it's happy. So a lot of different kind of It requires a different driving style, but it's so exciting, man.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get to drive together today in these things, but I'm both like really hoping and really not hoping that we get to line up against each other. Maybe in practice, but not in competition.
Yeah, if it's in competition, hopefully far on in the competition.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. It's great to be spending time with you guys, being with a brand new team, a lot to learn, and finally back in FD again. It's yeah, I'm super excited.
We're gonna get to drive together quite a bit this year, huh?
Yeah, man. Back in Ireland too.
I know, I'm stoked.
Man.
You're building a brand new car. You haven't announced any details.
No details yet.
Coming out of the LZ World Tour, Mondello Park, you're gonna bring something special, something very different.
Something special, something different, something I've wanted to do for years, and finally this year we can make it happen. So let's hope we can get it finished in time, because you know how project builds are like. You know, some things don't go to plan, but we're trying our best.
And I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna drive, but I'll have to find something maybe probably not as cool, but almost as cool.
Yeah, exciting times, man. It's gonna be a good year.
What do you feel like happened there?
I entered a little bit too early, so I wasn't able to fire off, so my line was just kind of all over the place. I had Clay just give it 2 more pounds of air pressure in both the rear tires, just to get comfortable with the layout, so I can get through with that before trying to throw all the grip out of it.
Yeah, copy that. Your first couple of turns look really good. I feel like you just gave input up around that hill, which is also a blind crest. You just gave it a little bit early, and that's what caused you to overrow. You also flicked it a little bit hard on a turn where the car is about to unload. So just a timing thing.
Yep, agreed.
So we're up here being the eagle eyes for Adam. He's running this course down here. So basically, I don't know if you can see those 3 cones, but basically that's outer zone. Then come around this big sweeper, pick up the apex, and then there's an inner clip 1, and that will be inner clip 2. I've got Hayden with me as well. He's one of our designers, but also a huge fan of drifting and extremely knowledgeable about the sport. So he's going to be spotting for Adam this year. So we're just up here just doing some dry runs and feeling things out and starting to understand those communications that Adam prefers. Is obviously a really key position on the team, you know, keeping drivers' heads nice and smooth. Came in a little hot on that one, and it looks like he grabbed the rumble strip and bent a tie rod. So quick change and we'll be back out. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
That one felt better. I'm kind of having a difficult time without having an outer zone or where to go. A few little bobbles mid-corner 1. So those are all building my confidence back up with the car.
Yeah, that looked a lot better, a lot more committed. I saw that steering shake that you got coming up the hill a little bit. I've been feeling that too, and I'm not so sure what to do about it right in this moment. Was that bothersome for you?
Not necessarily. It's just hard to predict right now. I don't know. The car feels a little bit more twitchy in the front, not the rear, it's the front.
All right, go up there and get a tire check. I think you're probably gonna need tires. You freed the car up a bit, and there's not a ton of grip out here. I'd like to get the car back to 6 PSI. Go ahead and come by here. I'll have Clay go see if you got a tire. Just cruise over here.
hand actually got caught between like the handbrake and the steering wheel. It's kind of weird.
Copy that. Yeah, Hayden literally just said the same thing. Something happened on entry. So the rest of the run looked pretty good. Like, you look like you're starting to get comfy. I mean, it's only your 4th lap. So let's go get some tires on. I would like to have them put that grip back in your car. Are you good with that?
Yep, I'm cool with it. My perception of that run is I just entered a little bit too early now that I got more grip, and it kind of screwed up my line for the second half of the course.
Copy that. Yeah, you can throw the car in a bit harder. I mean, run up to that line. You got your 3, 2, 1 cones there. Accelerate hard and throw it hard. You want to be deep initially, but about mid-corner, you want to start coming, and I want to see basically your inner clip at the end of the apex. So late apex that. You want to be track right at the end of the rumble strip, and that's going to help you get that rotation for that inner clip. And if you need, I can get a cone there for you. Just let me know.
All right, I'll give that a shot.
I'm gonna go get you a cone, Adam. All right, just stand by the start line. I'm gonna go get you a cone.
Do you want to take the middle
That
one?
was good. That was better, but still not perfect.
Yeah, it was better, but you're still coming in. You're going out too much. You're going out when you should be coming in. So I want you to be deep earlier in that turn, and I want you to come in and grab the late apex like an inner clip. Because you're just too far track left before that rotation. You're making it work, but it's not what you need to be doing.
Yeah, and I think I just need to throw it in a little more angle.
Yeah, and you definitely can. You got zero issue of the car gonna overrow right now. There you go. Pick up that throttle. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ah!
Too hard. It's just
Just stop back and look at the car.
Nah, car's fine.
So, this is what happened there. I threw it in with a lot of angle, got on throttle, but the car is too tight for me to add more angle after that. Does that make sense?
All right, so the car's too tight. So when you stood on the throttle, you're saying it didn't drive you in because it didn't have the angle, wasn't pointed the right way, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't add more angle. The car was wanting to kind of go on a wider track width than I wanted it to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So if you were pointed the way you wanted to, it would have drove you in, right? The forward bite would have drove in. So you're really just not, you don't have enough angle for that turn. So if you just come in there and breathe mid-corner before having the car pointed, you're gonna have that trouble. So you either need a left foot brake before the middle of the corner to get the car pointed, or you gotta be a little bit more aggressive on that entry.
All right, I'll try something and see how it works. Are you good?
Yep, go for it. Yeah, I'd go in for a tire check. That was much better. You see how you sailed it in there and you just stood on it, and that gave you the rotation early on. If you're trying to get the rotation mid-corner, you're going to have to adjust, and then you're also going to get some push, which is what happened, and then that drives you wide because you lose all your front grip and you get no rotation. So the car's set up where you got to commit big time right now. We can free it up and make it easier and add angle more, but that's slower.
No, for sure. It's that very slight breathe after entry that was just making it so I wasn't able to rotate the car more. So I stood on the throttle, and even though it's not exactly how I would have liked to drive that corner, it kept it free enough to where I could add some steering input and direct the car around.
Exactly. So, again, when the car's tight, you got to be a little bit more precise and committed. We can free it up, which will allow you to dance around a little bit, but we're trying to push you for that commitment. So that was much better. Now you just need to clean it up a little bit and hit your marks.
Yep, for sure. Understood. The car felt kind of loose that time, probably just from doing 3 laps and the tires getting hot.
Yeah, they're pretty done. So just go and get a fresh set on and come on back out.
Momentum to really get the car to go where I want to go. So I got to just scrub more speed on entry. I'll try dabbing a little foot brake while I'm coming in to slow the car down. That way I'm not losing speed off the run up.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, when I was setting up and did that entry, that's exactly what I did. I'd come in super hard, fire it in. I'd enter probably at the 2 cone, and then I'd be on the brakes to slow the car until I was ready to fire off, and then when I fired off, I stayed committed through it.
I lost alternators, so I'm bringing the car back to the pit.
Copy that.
All right, now Vaughn was on the phone, so I don't have his feedback for any of these runs, but I'll let you know what was going through my head. This run coming up, I think I started actually entering a little bit slower and getting my eyes on that first inner clip sooner. This run was a little bit sloppy, but getting my eyes looking at that first inner clip sooner allowed me to get the car kind of pointed in the right direction, which resulted in me entering with a little bit more angle, but everything just started to be more fluid. So you'll see as we go through the runs, I'll be kind of more and more locked in on that right arc to get to that first inner clip. This one's a great example of it. One thing that I'm very proud of with this car, my biggest goal is to always drive it with my foot to the floor as much as possible because that's when it's fast. And you'll notice these last set of laps, I'm just frying through the tires. You can see I almost went for the handbrake there, and I was like, nope, I got the right trajectory. Going up this hill is so fun, just staying foot to the floor and just kind of cresting over the hill. I can't wait to get back out here for Hyperfest. The run up, you'll see I kind of feather second gear just to maintain traction. Third gear, almost foot to the floor, bang fourth, and just let the car just kind of blast off on its own. A little bit of clutch work, kind of just maintaining the wheel speed, but keeping the foot to the floor. That way I can keep the RPM up. Not my best lap of the day, but this was my last lap of the day. The last set of tires I got to kill. So, I was just going to have some fun. Fired off a little bit late there. You could say I entered a lot slower, but kind of worked out actually. Maybe I should have been doing that sooner. Full disclosure, Chelsea is here, but he won't let me film him because he shaved his face and he kind of looks like a little bit like a baby. So
I've already got a beard growing back.
You can hear that he's here from the background.
Not good.
Anyway, yeah, testing went great. It took me a little while to get back in the groove of these cars because you just have to drive them literally full throttle all the time. They're very difficult to drive. The changes, I don't want to say were nominal, they're definitely noticeable, but the overall characteristic of how to drive these cars is still the same. And I'd say 3 or 4 laps in, it started kind of clicking all the things that I need to do. And that's really good because now going into Long Beach, which is gonna be the first round that I'm doing in my Mustang, I feel a lot better. So I apologize that I couldn't show you guys any of the out of car stuff. I hope that some of the radio stuff mixed in with the in car is still enjoyable for you to watch, but yeah, this is what I did. Stoked to be out here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's gonna be a good season.